Hi there, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's Vin PF, and on today's episode we're going to be covering something hot off the press. Now this thing here is the Aerolite Lyndsay. Now if you're a fan of WhiskyTube, my channel and a few other guys, you'll have seen this around a little bit. Malt have reviewed this thing, Aquavite's had it on his channel. They've sent this around to a lot of people. Now I will fully admit they sent me this bottle for free. They pretty much didn't ask me to, but I am part of the Atom Brands kind of Dram club, I think they're calling it. So they sent this to me to get the word out almost. And this is going to be my honest review of it, but obviously you have to keep in mind that I didn't pay the price for it. Now this thing is the newest release in the Character of Islay Whisky Company, which is an Atom Brands subsidiary. We know Atom Brands from things like Boutique, Whisky Company, Rum Company, Gin Company, that sort of thing. And of course, Drinks by the Dram. This is Character of Islay, and they're going to be doing, I guess, things from all different distilleries from around the island. This is an undisclosed distillery. The reason why it's called Aerolite Lyndsay is this is an anagram of 10-year-old Islay. First time I saw the name, I wasn't that keen on it. It seems like a bit of a weird name. It doesn't really mean anything. Obviously, it's just an anagram, and these are words to a certain extent. But the more I think about it, actually it's pretty good because of that fact, it's easily searchable and easily recognisable. They're doing this thing with the kind of labelling. It's very traditional they're trying to aim for. Not really too bothered about that. There is a couple of things that I wish were on the label that aren't, and that's the words natural colouring and non-chill filtered. It is 46%, and this in the UK is going to retail for £45. So, all of that, let's get into the actual whiskey itself and see what we think about it. Now, the reason why I've been interested in covering this is because their focus is on the liquid, they say. So they're taking away the name of the distillery and all that gumph and the stories. You know, a good example is you look at like some of the stories on the island of Islay are very kind of mystical and features of the local area. Kilhoman are a good example of that. They name things after land features and whatnot. They're trying to take away from that, and I appreciate that. That's a no-nonsense vibe that I can get on board with. Now, the other thing to note is the cask types. It's 70% X Bourbon, 25% X Sherry and Quarter casks. Now, the eagle-eyed of you will notice that there's 5% missing, and that's a mystery cask that they're using to kind of take away the natural distillery influence of these whiskies. What they're trying to say is that whatever distillery this is, that 5% of that different cask, mystery cask, should throw you off the scent almost and give you something new and interesting to try and smell. Let's get my nose into this thing and see what we got on the nose, shall we? Now, clearly, it's a peated whiskey. It isn't heavily peated, but it is Islay peat. For me, it's a little grassy, a little medicinal. It's a kind of ashy peat. Now, usually I apply ashy peat to things like Lafroig, but it doesn't quite feel like it's quite there for Lafroig. Now, my natural go-to is Kalila. Of course, they're the ones who I tend to sell a lot to independent bottlers. But if my understanding of the Character of Islay thing, the vibe of it is that they're going to be going around a lot of the distillery. So it might well be Lafroig. I'm not professional enough to know the difference, to be honest, I have to say. It's a good nose. I like it. It's very clean. It's inviting. It's not overly complex, but then would you expect it of a 10-year-old whiskey? I don't know. Probably not fair to say. There are very, very complex whiskies that are even younger than that, but as a standard Scotch, it's good. It's got a good nose. Let's try on the palate. Okay. It's got some pepperiness to it. The nose is translating across to the palate quite well. So you're getting that kind of that grassy, a little bit of that medicinal notes. The peat's kicking in a little bit more. Still quite light. If you're a big peat head like I am these days, something I never thought I would say, even though I do say it a lot now. It's a light peat. It's still that kind of ashen peat. It's not that burning peat, it's not that heavy peat. It's very like a dying or dead bonfire kind of peat. Still doesn't bring me anywhere closer to deciding what distillery it is. It could be any of them. The finish is kind of medium-y, but it's got a bit of an extension with some pepperiness to it, so more of that peat element coming through. Now, for me, I think it's a very tasty dram. The fact that it doesn't specify non-chill filtration or natural colour, and to be honest, the price is a little bit of an issue for me. Again, got this bottle for free, sent from the brand, with no caveats whatsoever. I personally think it's priced a little bit too highly for me. It is a tasty dram. If you've got £45 sticking around, I don't think you're going to be that disappointed. It's not going to blow your world on fire. It's not going to knock your socks off. But it is a genuinely enjoyable dram. It's one of those drams that you fancy a bit of peat. You don't want to be, have your kind of like your nasal hairs destroyed. You don't want to have your taste buds destroyed. You want to have something that's nice and casual, into that kind of peaty vibes. This is really hitting that mark. Personally, I would prefer it to be about £5 cheaper, maybe even more. But, they're trying out something new. They're trying to bring something new to you guys. Hopefully, they're going to be doing different price levels for different ages and things like that in the future. I genuinely have no idea what their plans are. But as a good first outing, I'm relatively happy with that, apart from, I say, maybe just a little bit too expensive for me. Please do try it if you want to give it a go. It's on Master of Malt, stuff like that. Go and find it. Give it a go. Go and check out some of the other reviews as well, because I think it's generally favourable, maybe even to the point where they agree with me a little bit on the price, but we'll see. Go and have a look around. That's been Aerolite Lyndsay, and I'll see you again on another No Nonsense Whisky video.